Ontario. An accountant from SWE in Northern Ontario. So good afternoon to the viewers around the world, to the City of Perth Ladies International final here this afternoon. Two great teams, Hannah Fleming and Isabella Wranå from Stockholm, Fleming from Scotland, both unbeaten so far, and looking forward to a great game. I'm David Hay and I'm joined in the commentary box today by James Davison. We'll try and talk you through this afternoon's game. Isabella Wranå had a last stone, last end victory against Team Wranå from Japan, and Hannah Fleming beat Eve Muirhead in a really close game. Both semi-finals came down to the last stone. Hannah drew the 8 foot to beat Eve. Third win in a row against Eve, so she's on a good form just now. Berkeley, a really nice in-turn draw around the centre guard.
And this is one of the first events, Dave, I think, with the 5 rock rule. Have you seen much of many of the teams making use of that 5 rock rule so far?
I would say more of the girls who are more experienced and had a chance to play it before are more comfortable with it. The younger teams earlier on the week, they were taking a bit of getting used to it. I think the biggest difference, James, is that they're playing on ice with a lot more curl than normal. You know, the ice out here, Paul Martin and his ice crew make a superb job, and most of the sheets are moving 5 to 6 feet to draw weight, especially after the first 2 ends. The first 2 ends of the game is a little bit straighter, but the 5 rock rule gives you a really good opportunity to stay in the game. If you're 2 shots down, there's no real big deal. As you say, it's the first time this has been used in the CCT events. It will be the norm from now on. Next year it's all 5 rock rule. Amita Duval trying to play an out-turn freeze to this red one, just get inside the centre of it, which she's just about managed to do, not quite. Still a pretty good shot.
Yeah, I think the angles are looking pretty good for Hannah here. If she can just nudge that yellow, move that red, as she's indicating there, back towards the tee line, and just create a little bit of separation between those top 2 stones, I think, and in behind that guard.
Duval just wanted another 4 centimetres of draw on that stone to get inside the nose of the red. It would have been a very good shot for her then, but it's, as you say, James, it's probably in Hannah's favour just now.
And Hannah electing to come round the centre, I think that was an interesting call as well. I've seen that a few times this weekend. Rather than throwing up the corner guards with the hammer, actually trying to play round the centre. I saw Ogasawara do that in the quarterfinals quite a few times. This one just over curling on her. Yeah, just lifting the guard there. Rolls into the house, but
not bad. It was option 2. It's put up the corner guard and it's left the centre open for the next shot. Sweden hoping to put a nose hit onto this red winger. Swedish girls all based in Stockholm, runners up in this year's World Junior Championship. 10-0 through the round robin in the semi-final and lost the very last game to Canada, and they're following up that from a win the previous year. Nice shot from Duval, good hit and roll into lie 2.
Yeah, the Yellowstone's starting to build up there now. I think Hannah will be looking to move a few of those around, at least to the back ring, if not right out.
For both these teams, this is their last game of the season. They're finished for the summer now after today, so it's been a long season. Wranå's played 12 events around the world. a pretty good year. Won the Swedish Championship, winning 14 out of 16 games, and won the Swedish Juniors, and as I said, unbeaten in the round robin in the semi for the World, so had a great run.
And they just lost that one again there as well.
If we're talking in terms of air miles, nobody's got more than Jenny Wallen. She's just Olympic gold medalist about to throw now. She was 5th player for Anna Hasselberg at the Olympic Games and 5th for Anna at the World Championships when they won a gold and a silver. So she's had a busy year along with her own 12 events with her own team. So she tells me she works in a grocery store in Stockholm. James, don't think the shelves will be too well stacked if she's on tour as much as that.
They must be very understanding with holidays as well, I would imagine. It's always the tough balance, I think, if you're not full-time curling and you are trying to balance a job, as all these places you're going and the days you've got to take off, and don't really get a holiday at the end of it because you've used all your holidays up to go touring. So
absolutely, that's exactly what happens to them. They're all 8 of the curlers race today are all part-time curlers and all have jobs varying from part-time jobs to full-time jobs, but as you say, you need a very understanding employer in this day and age to give you that sort of time off. Interesting, the Japanese girls who were playing against Isabella Wranå in the semi-final are actually all employed by the Bank of Hokkaido in Japan, and they are allowed time off to train during the day and do gym work during the day. So that's an interesting model, not one you see in Europe too often. So good guard from Sweden. They're lying 2 shots, got the centre guard up. Hannah still has that plant on the front one, which I think is still possible to move it back onto the bottom.
I think they're thinking they can get round this at a sort of back ring, hack weight maybe.
I think you can, maybe that ends from 3 onwards, but the first couple of ends depends how much the ball's clipped off the ice today and how much is going to swing early on. We saw this morning's semi-final game, there wasn't quite so much swing at the start. This is definitely moving. This one.
Oh, and that just catches that guard. That's a couple of them overswung on them already.
Yep. It looks like from the first few stones it clipped a little bit more off the ice, which means it starts to swing a little earlier in the game than normal.
And that's had the consequence as well of just ticking that guard over, and now that plant isn't looking quite so straightforward anymore. It's and if they get another guard up here, then there's not many routes in for Hannah now.
Yep, all depends where this one lands up. You know, that if the angles are right, you have a chance of clearing the guard and driving onto yellow at top of the 12th, maybe moving the red back. So advantage Sweden at this stage.
Yeah, they've definitely started stronger. They've got the ice, they've got the hits and rolls, they've got their guards up in the right place to draw around, so not making many mistakes so far. Very much carrying on where they left off from the semi-final. They were pretty clinical in that game and didn't really give August Sabara too many chances.
Since the start of the World Juniors, Team Wranå from Stockholm are on a 17-1 run, 17 wins, 1 loss. The only loss being the World Final. It's a lot of games, a lot of consistent scoring. So Jen Dodds being asked to rip the guard on the out turn.
Yeah, I think Hannah wants to get rid of that centre guard that's stopping that tap up. I think that's the shot she wants to play. So she's trying to get rid of both guards here. Only gets rid of one, but
yep, just locked it on just a little bit. 4 centimetres either way, it was perfect. So Sweden going to put another blocking guard up in front here to try and stop that tap back we've talked about. Should not want to be too close to the rings here, James.
No.
If she goes up as close as that, it's quite an easy just bump to get the.
She's even talking about coming right round that red as well. She's talking about drawing right to the button. That's maybe the other option, because that red's always going left to the centre line. So if they can come round, because if Hannah does bump that yellow, it's going to leave the guard there at the top 8 foot, And if they've got one on the button already, then they'd be sitting pretty good if they can get one round there as well.
Wranå, the skipper of the Swedish team, about to throw her first stone here at the first end in the final of the City of Perth Ladies International. She's a very good technique, Isabella, and she should have, because she's a curling teacher at the academy in Härnösand in Sweden, where they have their elite training academy for the up and coming curlers. It's a specialist curling school where they go to in secondary school in Sweden, and they specialise in curling education along with their standard education as well. Just drawn a little too far. Left about a quarter of her own yellow stone at the top of the 12th open, but it looks like Hannah Fleming is going to try and draw around everything here. The earlier game it was running about 14.7 seconds hog to hog. So relatively fast ice considering the curl that's on it.
Yeah, it's been pretty fast all weekend, I think, here, Dave. And the teams like that, and some teams have got used to it more than others. And but generally speaking, in championship ice, you do want it to be that fast.
Unless you're a front end player in sweeping, because the faster it is, the more sweeping you have to do, because it takes longer to go from end to end. And these girls are all very fit, good athletes. Jen Dodds and Alice Spence working this one straight away.
The line looks good if they've got the power on it. This looks like it's coming in nicely if they can drag it in.
Great line.
Drag it in. It's just sitting that little bit high, but the angles are good there. I think if they... I don't think Sweden can hit that without taking that back yellow out, so I think they're looking to draw right on top of that and maybe hold Hannah to a 1. You can't see from here if they're sitting shot or not, but I think red is shot.
Either way, it was a really good shot. It's put her in a strong position.
Yeah.
Ran over their last stone, just trying to block up the front to prevent Hannah Fleming getting a chance of a 2 or a tap up for 1, depending who's lying. But it does look like it could be the Reds, the way it looks from here.
Yeah. Sweeper's backing off this one. Looks like it's got plenty of weight anyway.
It's not tight either, it's a much higher line than the previous one. If this goes too far up, she could be giving them a chance to score.
Don't think that's come at all. She's not happy with that.
Just the extra couple of yards away, and she very positive rotation, held up.
Yeah, the consistent release here makes such a difference on this kind of ice. You know, when it's swinging so much, you put that extra turn on the stone and it's just not taking that curl. Or if you square it back, it just takes that little bit longer to come and you don't get the finish on it.
From the call here, you suspect the yellow could be lying shot and they're just trying to tap this red one up to get second. That is not a lot of ice for a tap up here. Don't know what weight she's going to be playing.
I think she's maybe she's not looking to tap the yellow red at the top of the house there.
Could be all be
at that sort of ice. Back ring weight might be enough just to take that, bump it off that yellow to the left of the button there. She's going to have to be very close to that guard to get past there and make a big enough contact for that at that kind of weight. So I reckon she's probably sitting 1 shot right now. attempting this.
Hannah Fleming's last shot at the first end, playing
Looks
out,
like
turn
it's
tap
close.
up.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. The sweepers need to keep this straight. They've got to be brave though when it gets close to it.
Perfect line.
Yeah, that was pretty close. Have they got enough? No, didn't get enough of it, I don't think.
Looks like one red.
Yeah.
One to Fleming, so Wranå will be happy with that. Managed to force the one at the first end, but it was a difficult shot for two.
Yeah, I think it's always difficult in the swingy ice to be brave enough to let it swing, because if you stay off it and it starts to swing and then you jump on it with the brushes, it's too late. Once it starts moving, you've got to just lift up at the right time to get that precise, to get it as close to the guard as you can, and it's always really, really difficult on this kind of ice. But it was a good attempt, but as you say, she's held till one. And Wranå will be reasonably happy with that, especially after her last stone there that she was disappointed with. So Hannah unable to maximise on that mistake.
So Vicky Wright throwing the first stone the second end, going out, turn centre guard. City of Perth Ladies Internationals brought you today with our generous backing of our sponsors, Perth and Kinross Council, the Mercure Hotel, British Curling, Live Active Leisure, Perth Honda and the Ironside coaches. Without their support, this event wouldn't be possible. It's the third running of the City of Perth Ladies International. You'll see Fanny Schoberg try and chip the centre guard off, set up a couple of corner guards if she can. Sweden have the hammer this end, they want to try and score their two or more. Sitting a little high just now.
A wee bit speedy as well, I think, David. It's an unusual mistake there. Wranå been playing pretty tight all week.
Good weight, it was just the ice, too much ice for that weight at the first couple of ends. It maybe come down later on to swing that much, but not just now. Vicky Wright is a staff nurse at Forth Valley when she's not involved with curling. Throws lead stones but holds the brush for her skip when she plays. Got a nice line here. Good shot, really good shot.
Yeah, a couple of nice stones there from Vicky, should be pleased with them.
Schoberg looking to bounce back after a mistake with her first one here and trying to then turn freeze. It's a little lighter weight.
Yeah, sweepers are working this one hard, but it's just not going to do it. It's going to bounce off that centre guard. Gives Hannah a chance to pop another one in here. Alice Spence with her first stone on the second end.
Oh, it's pulling big now.
Yeah, I think that just caught that late there. I think they just spotted it curling early and just didn't get on the sweeping quite quick enough to do anything about it. But it's another centre guard.
A little bit lighter than they're hoping for as well. They're looking for that to come into the 8 foot, I think. Deval looking to double the guards at the front here, open it back up.
That's what they wanted. Leaves a centre guard still on there for Hannah, so another chance to come around.
Yep, that wasn't a great result. She wasn't wanting to lie there, she wanted to open it up. Alice Spence got more weight this time, a better line as well.
Yeah, sweepers like this, they're staying off it. If it takes the curl, it should pull up nice. And there it is. Yeah, lovely stone.
Nice shot.
Good adjustment there.
So Jenny Wallen trying the out-turn run back. And she is not wide.
Will be a single rip here, I think.
Complete contrast the first time when Sweden had control, now Scotland have full control of this end. Jennifer Dodds playing the out turn. Draw here, swinging, curling a lot here. And just a good weight.
Just want to stop on that centre line. That's pretty
nice
good
shot.
there.
Nice shot.
That's what I told the woman. This time you're giving my signature, not giving away money as well.
So can Wallen play a bit of run back this time? The first one was very tight. This one's a little bit closer.
Yeah, she gets it. Is
Shot.
it going to go out the house?
Yeah, it's moved out of the centre, and that's what she
Yep.
was after.
Hannah calling another centre guard here. Was there not an option to come round the two guards that were out there, David?
I think she hasn't got last stone here, James. She's just looking to block up front. The idea is to force, if she can force the one, she'll be quite happy. This looks a long way short of weight, and it's going to give Wranå the opportunity to come right round, which is as long as that, the amount of curlers and ice, that's pretty much an open shot. I mean, if Wranå's to hit this red in the house at hack weight, she's going to miss that guard by about a foot.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get that, no problem at all. Move that back there, James. There's a long way between the target stone and the guard out front.
Yeah. You could probably even get an inside roll in behind those two guards on the right.
Just about it. Weight's crucial here. You've got to get the right weight to get the swing. If you overthrow it, it'll run straight for longer. So she'll be looking just with back ring weight enough to come round and just push it back. Jenny Wallen a little bit into out that delivery. She's got lots of weight.
It's just hanging. Is it coming now?
starting to move, but I don't know if it's going to move enough to lie.
No, she's going to catch the outside of this red, I think. No, it's just pushed it to tee, and
her weight was okay, James. She slid up the centre line, just squared it back out, and ran straight for 3/4 of the ice before it started to draw. So advantage Fleming. A good stone here would put the Swedes under a lot of pressure with the last two to come.
And we should be looking just to come top 12 here, Dave, rather than
so,
sort of top 4, because that guard's so long, you kind of want to minimise that distance between the two to make it harder to come round and tap it. But
probably middle of the 8, cutting the centre line would be perfect to try and block them draw. If you go top 12, James, they might just come right round the whole thing because there's so much curl on the ice that you could completely hide behind one that's top 12. So if Hannah can get in here, bite the centre line and get middle of the 8 foot, would be a pretty good shot. Alice Spence's shot took a huge swing here at lighter weight. This is coming down sideways as well. Got a great line.
Past the guard. And it's going to tuck right in, and that's what they want. You know, that makes it harder to come around that guard at any weight and tap that, so that's almost a perfect position. Does allow the draw into the button, and I think that's what...
Yep. Wranå has no choice now. She can't see any of these red shots are all blocked in. She's going to have to play a dead draw at the top of the button. Isabel Wranå, out turn draw.
The problem she's got with this shot, she doesn't really have an awful lot of option, but it gives Hannah, it'll give Hannah a chance at a tap back, even if she makes this top 4 or top of the button.
It's a bit heavy, James.
Yeah, I think that's
slipped behind the tee, I think.
Yeah, and that might not even get second shot. No, I think it's just pulled up for second shot, so I think if Hannah can draw another one in top button here, then there's an awful lot of room for Wranå to get round, so this could be could put her under a lot of pressure here, Hannah.
So a great chance for the 26-year-old Scottish champion here to build on her one-shot lead so far. Her last shot here at the second end. Out turn draw, doesn't want to be heavy, wants to make sure that she's, the error here is being heavy. It doesn't matter if she's short really.
Yeah.
Weight looks pretty good.
No.
Maybe a little warm, is it? A little hot?
Yeah, it's not taking that curl quite as early, and it's just, yeah, it's just running on that little bit. Oh, and that's going to go down as a mistake there.
Well, it gives Sweden another get out clause. If that had been top of the 8 foot, it was a good shot. It was going to make it very difficult for Sweden to score. It's a little bit heavy. She was 14-2. That's a split time between hog to hog, and we know it's about 14-7 to 15 to be tee high.
And Wranå can't afford to be heavy with this one either. I think if she rests against those two at the back there, I don't think she's going to get shot. It's going to be close, but I think she'll need to be pretty dead with this.
This is the shot she made to win the semi-final against Olga Suarez's team this morning. A dead draw, that looks heavy again. She's coming with.
And that's both teams just getting caught out with the speed of this ice. I think if it takes the curl, it takes the weight off it, but
No, she's good.
Yeah, it's not far away.
Very good shot.
Yeah, I think that'll pull up nicely. And that's a great shot for one there.
Very well played.
And the crowd in here at the Juror Centre appreciating that one as well.
So after 2 ends of play, the scores are tied up at 1 shot each. Hannah Fleming, Scottish champions, have the hammer in the 3rd end. Two contrasting ends. Sweden dominate the first end, Scotland dominate the second end, and yet both lost singles. It just shows it comes down to the skips last stone, and both skips, Hannah and Wranå, played good shots to save their teams. Sjoberg playing the intern centre guard, trained to be a physiotherapist in Stockholm. Team of Sweden, all 20-year-olds, all past world junior champions and runners-up in this year's event. On a fantastic run just now of 17 wins and 1 loss out of the last 18 games. Vicky Wright been asked for the corner guard down the left hand side. It's important the guards are up relatively close to the house. If they're too far short, it's quite easy to come around and tap out opponent stones when they draw behind. Good shot.
So we should see a few stones in play this end, I think. A couple of guards up, so it'll be interesting to see if Hannah tries a second guard or to come round her corner here or follow around the middle. And a lot will depend on where this rock ends up. And that looks a little tight. Looks a lot tight. And light of weight as well, so.
Oh, great shot. Sjoberg got a couple of average shots at the last end as well, so she's just struggling a bit to get the weight control.
I think it's made it harder to come in around that corner guard that Hannah's thrown as well. That it's just narrowed that line down, made that a little bit harder, so she's electing to come around the middle here. She won't mind too much if she gets a little rub off her own red guard here. But I think that's going to come in nice. Looks like she's missed that.
Perfect line.
Yeah.
You don't want to go behind the tee though, so it looks a good,
Needs to sit high.
good weight.
Right on the tee line. Great shot from Vicky there.
Almeida Duval trying to follow her down on the in-turn, make a freeze or tap back. Going to have to go for line, I think.
This is going to be close to the guard. It's got past it though.
Has it got the weight?
And the sweepers are dragging that a long way, but only to the 8 foot, top of the 4 there, so
Not bad. Hannah's going to open it up now, I think, to playing the 5 rock rule here for the first time on the CCT tour. Become the norm from next year. Just something we wanted to try early on, give the girls a chance who haven't played the 5-stone rule to get an opportunity to play it before the end of the season. Good shot from Alice Spence, doubles the guards and sets up a double corner guard.
yeah, lovely shot there. That'll do her confidence really good. And Team Fleming looking quite relaxed out there, enjoying a bit of a laugh with each other. That's good to see.
Last game of the season for them, James. Holidays beckon. It's been a holiday mood.
Yeah. Looking forward to a break. I think a lot of teams are. It's been a very busy year. The Olympic year always is, and especially those doing Worlds and Olympics and all their home nation playdowns as well. So it's been a busy schedule.
This is a tight line. Deval was trying to guard the yellow, but it was tight out of hand.
It's caused a little bit of bother being there though. I think, like you say, it was tight out of her hand, but it's kind of blocked that line for Anna to come in round her corner guards there, so she doesn't like it. So she's talking about moving it. And they can't get to nose of it, and I think if they get just past nose, they could lift that yellow in the house. They could roll a little bit behind their corner guards as well. I don't think they'll get in the house, but
Yeah, she's looking at chipping the yellow across the face of the red and rolling out the right hand wing. Shouldn't be too difficult to do, but she's worried that she either gets it thin or gets too much of it and drives it back onto the red.
so Jennifer just coming down to have a look at this and offer her opinion on it. Decision made. Here comes Alice with her second stone.
Going to have to shoot pretty hard on this.
Yeah, it's not too bad, I think. Oh no, got round to nose on that, and that's not what they wanted to do. It's okay, the red still hangs around, but yeah, really needed to hit that high.
A bit of a turning point at the end. Fleming had all the pressure on Swedes, now they've got a real chance to turn it around and lie 2 here. It's going to be hard to keep it straight.
It's
Good
pretty
shot.
there.
Jennifer George trying to play the out-turn tap back here, but this is tight for line again. Just setting them off a bit, they're drawing early on. Opens up, but leaves 2 Swedish counters. Jenny Wellens' second shot here at the third end, the game tied at 1-1. Trying to throw a centre guard, but this is not wide, James. This is a tight line again.
Yeah, both teams struggling with that line. And like you say, it's a really long guard. It's not really doing any use there for stones in the house.
It's more like a guide. If you pass that guard by a foot, your nose hitting the one on top of the 8 foot. Jennifer Dodge looking to make an out turn, hit and roll off the back yellow.
Don't think she's tight with this one. Overcorrected, I think. Catch this on the outside. Alice trying to make sure it gets as much curl as it can at the end there, and it's hanging around at the 8 foot there. Wranå will just be looking for a little inside roll here. Try and get tucked in behind that stone of hers at the top of the 4 foot.
She can roll a fair distance in the way because you can't get access through between the red and the yellow guards. There's too much curl and ice to get through there, so she can hit and roll pretty much anywhere to the left hand side behind cover. Sitting high just now.
Both teams worried about stones over curling here, but this is the hand, and that's the kind of line that Wranå's draw held out wide on that first end for her on her second stone. And that's the
just overthrew that a bit. It was just too heavy. It was more like barrier weight, and she doesn't really want to curl as much at that weight. With the curl and ice here, Hannah can get right round to the back of the button, be totally covered, but she's got the dilemma then that allows them to follow. She really wants to be short of the T-line no matter what she does.
Yeah.
Tap up's a good shot here, come round, tap the yellow back onto the button.
She's indicating hack weight there.
Doesn't look a lot of ice.
No. It's not, but we watched the last couple of stones come down there and they've maybe seen that it's not quite as aggressive a curl on that hand with a little bit more weight on it, so it does look fairly tight here though.
Splits is a good shot as well. Either side of the 8 foot and say to Sweden, either hit one of the open one or you can draw round. Anna Fleming's first shot at the third end. Tap this back.
Yeah, it needs to be closer at the guard to get round. See, they're just not getting that curl at that high, slightly higher weight, and it's just not, doesn't seem to come quite as much. And they've ticked that yellow off the centre line over to the edge of the 4 foot there, or the side of the 4 foot. But I think Wranå will be looking just to draw one round at the top of the 4 foot again.
I think Wranå would just play the out turn right round the long guard and put it back where it was.
Yep.
There. We were commentating with Pete Loudon this morning. The semi-final game, we were very impressed by the Swedish junior team. Tactically, they were called a really good game against Japan. So Isabella Wranå's last shot, third end, looking to put out turn draw around the centre guard to the top of the 4 foot. So I think it's light of weight, they want it straight away.
Yeah, they're going to have to drag this, I think, all the way. I think they're doing it though.
She's got a good line.
Still moving, they're keeping it moving. Yeah, that's pretty good there.
It's well swept.
Slightly overside of
overdone
anything,
it,
but yeah, just marginally overcooked it. But
wow, they could have set up a double there. Just what we've done, James.
Yeah,
all the heads were down, they were sweeping, and they've overswept it, giving Hannah a chance of a double.
and you think she can roll out here as well and blank this end?
She could do if she catches the right hand yellow first over the face, catch the second one,
And that's probably what she'd be looking to do. I think she'd be happy taking a one here. So
she would then get the hammer and even ends. The 4th end should have the hammer, but it's not an easy shot. She can see about 2/3 of the stone she's trying to hit.
here we are, Hannah, with her last stone in the 3rd end.
She's past the guard, it all depends on the angles.
Has she
She
got
get too much of it?
No.
Perfect. Great
And
shot.
she's rolled out as well. That's a great shot. Yeah, it's very well played there by Hannah. Blanking the 3rd end. We'll go down the 4th, and she can try setting up again for her 2.
Perfect result for her. Blanked the end. She managed to get the hammer back for the even ends. Well, Sweden will be kicking themselves after that because there was a great chance there to, at worst, force a 1. So with the game tied at 1-1, we start the 4th end. Fanny Schoberg throwing the first in turn centre guard. Vicky Wright throwing her first stone at the 4th. Team Fleming looking to get a corner guard up here. little close to the centre. They were looking for that one to another metre off the centre line. Hannah keen to get the game pulled out away from the centre, use the corners. Sjoberg going for the out-turn centre guard. Both these teams unbeaten in the competition, 100% record so far. The winner today will go home with £5,000. Not a bad Easter Sunday's work. Again, that's just too light, and with the light weights pulled off the line. One of these teams is just going to have to step up and play 8 good stones back to back to get some control of this game. Both teams making a few mistakes and a few half shots which are letting opportunities slip away. Vicky Wright playing a out-turn barrier weight here. Wranå will just do the same. Amida Duval, her first shot. Three of the Wranå team have all come through the Härnösand School Academy of Curling in Sweden. All technically very sound. They all throw the stone really well. Gained a lot of experience on tour this year, having played. This is their 12th event of the season.
Hannah debating here just which way she wants to roll. I think they decided that they want to take the red stone off to the left hand side, away from the two guards that are already there.
Alice Spence, a lab technician with Arla Dairies in Lockerbie, who are team sponsors for Team Fleming. Been very good supporters of them over the years. Nice shot.
Hits the shot there, yeah.
Comes out, sets up a corner guard far enough across that they can get past the yellow and make use of it if they want to at some point later on in the end. Duval playing the out-turn draw around the two guards, got lots of room.
And the sweepers are right off this one. I think this needs to pull up.
The back of the forefoot, I think.
Yeah,
Good
a little
line,
bit
just a
deep.
metre too far. Anna Fleming's got the last stone, which is one opening up the front.
And, she's just debating with her team what the best thing to do is, and whether to try and come round those two
Angle's
guards
good
there.
for opening up both guards at once, James, but the trouble is if you miss it, and Sweden drawing to lie 2 round the guards. She's wondering whether to come in, but I think taking the guards off the right shot.
And there's always a chance that she could straighten that red up and onto the yellow on the house.
By hitting this long guard, she really wants to take both guards. If she only gets one, it's advantage. Sweden just a little wide there. She's hoping to catch the red as well. Jenny Wallen, Olympic gold medalist, is the 5th player for Anna Hasselberg. World silver medalist, about to throw her first shot at the 4th end. The out turn looks to have good weight. Just trying to get the line right here. She's got plenty of room just now.
Yeah, I think it's
Curls a lot here, James. Once they get in that, if Schoberg sweeps that hard now, it'll bend a lot at the end.
not bad there. I think Jennifer Dodds will see a fair bit of that stone from the hack though.
Yep, got a good chance to double.
Yeah, looking for a wee inside roll here, and they just lift the two yellows.
Important shot here for Team Fleming. If they make this one well, they'll put a lot of pressure back on the...
Yeah, that was a little tight away there, I think. They need to sweep this hard. This is going to get past the yard.
It's close.
No, I think she's been okay. Could roll too far.
I believe she could over curl that.
Yeah.
Like it was good all the way down, just curled a bit from the last 5 metres.
She was just a little bit tight away there. That made all the difference.
Well, I'm looking for the same sort of shot again. It's a tighter line this time.
It's lighter weight as well. Sweeper's having to work this one really hard.
She's going to have to get a bounce off the scar, otherwise it'll...
I think.
Yeah, she's not bad. She's covered the back one, but there's a big difference here. The first one she was out and squared it back. The second one she was a softer release and lighter weight.
Yeah, punishing ice.
Ice is absolutely first class. I mean, it's as good as you'll get. You've got to get line and weight right here. You can't... Right weight's no use unless you get the line right, and the same in reverse. Hannah giving ice in the middle of the 12 foot to draw the button. This doesn't look wide either, James. It's got a...
Yeah, sweepers are right on it. I think they can see it drawn already. If they can drag it, it could get right back to that back yellow though. Give it a bump. Looks like it's passed. I think they've got it passed. They just need to get it in for shot. I don't know that they did. No, I think that's short.
Not quite.
You can't see it from the camera angle there yet, but didn't quite drag it far enough. But they've got two reds sitting in there now. They've got options of maybe getting rid of that yellow, and I think that's what Wranå spotted. I think she'd like to get one and mix up those reds a little bit.
She was talking about coming down, just a heavy draw weight and chipping the red back and flopping in behind, which would be a good shot.
I think one of Hannah's options here is that angled raise on that outside red, and that's probably what Wranå's wanting to take off as well, as she can get a yellow in here and make that shot, take that shot off and that option off for Hannah. So this can have a couple of benefits for her. She could get in for second shot off that red and then just push it away out to the side and take that shot off for Hannah as well. So
this is the tricky line up here. There's a big swing, but if you go out too far and you square it back, it doesn't do a lot in the first half of the ice. So she'll be looking to try and get perfect tee-high weight here. If she has perfect tee-high weight, it'll pull hard, and this is pulling straight away.
Yeah, you can see the zippers right on it.
And
they're calling them off now. They think it was going to swing, and It's
She
not.
needs to get the inside of the red. Right now it's still sitting up.
I think it's sitting on the outside of that red.
Well, that wasn't what she was after.
No.
That's the
It's actually made the shot for Hannah that little bit easier as well. I think if she can come right down onto the nose of that yellow, and that'll just force that red straight back onto that back yellow, the shot stone. So not a good outcome. It'll also move that, spin that yellow out of play and actually leave Hannah sitting another shot in the house. So if this goes well and according to plan, Hannah could be sitting 3 after this. Be even better if she could catch just a little inside edge of it as well and just get that, tuck it behind the guard there. A key shot here, I think.
Hannah Fleming's first stone. This is the 4th end. Game tied at 1-1. Big opportunity to set up a multiple score here.
You can see the ice that she's taken. There's not much ice there at all, so it does look like it is running that little bit straighter down the sand, Dave, and I think especially at weight. Yeah, and they're sweeping it for curl, I think.
It's not far away.
Not far away. Oh, have they lost it? Oh, they lost it. Oh.
Just trying to be too clever. It didn't have to be as close as that. You could hit that on the outside and lie 2 was good there, James. And
Yeah.
you know, your shooter rolled out the way. It wasn't a disaster, but
Yeah.
they just got trying to be too clever.
Because it was looking good. I actually thought it was sitting wide with the way the directional sweeping, when Jennifer started sweeping that. It looked like they were trying to get that little extra bit of curl on it and just caught that guard. They were just, like you say, just trying to be too clever with it. Didn't really need to be that close to the guard.
Wranå trying to put a guard up here by drawing across the face of the existing guards. I don't think it's possible to guard the in turn, so she's going to play the out turn over the face to try and block her own yellow shot. Prevent Hannah from getting the same shot again. So Isabella Wranå playing the out turn guard here, and the sweeper's just keeping it clean.
And you know, this
is all about the line. The weight doesn't really matter where it ends up as long as it's covering the outside of the yellow shot.
It's not a line they often play, and I was going to say it. Not sure that they'll get this bang on, but that is absolutely spot on, exactly where she wanted it.
Let's leave Hannah the same shot again, though. She could play the yellow back onto the yellow and fire the red in for 2.
She's looking at red onto red as well, on the one at the top of the 4-foot, and running that back onto the yellow. But I think hitting the shot they just threw is the easier shot, straight back. But to be fair, it's all stone onto stone.
She's saying by playing the red, she's got a double target. She can
either come off the outside one.
get that back there for a possible 3. You've got if you're a little bit tighter, it hits the yellow and rolls in, hits the red and rolls in for 1. Anything that's got a possibility with 3's worth a go. Red, just the right of centre, onto red, run it back.
Yeah, the slash on the outside red, just at the top of the left Howder house there, I think it's going to be the hardest shot to get it directly onto that shot stone. And there's not really any option, like you say, at least running the other red, they've got different options there. That's what she was looking at, but it looks like she might fancy this.
There's not much risk for her, the angles are pretty good.
Yeah.
She can just catch this and fire it into the back.
And as you say, there's a lot of reward for it. any shot that gets you a 3 is worth a goal, especially if the
Not taking a lot of ice for a shot. She's got to hit just less than half the stone. She's taking a bit more now though.
yeah. She just called Vicky out that wee bit.
So here we go. Hannah Fleming's last shot, trying angled drive in for a 3. Makes contact with it. She gets 2. Got to go hard for line. It's not far away.
Oh, that's a great shot.
2 for Team Fleming, and a really good last shot of the end there from Hannah Fleming.
Well, that'll do her confidence the world of good. Taking that 2 as well and playing that shot to get it. So
at the halfway stage, Fleming leads by 3 shots to 1.
and importantly as well, keeps the hammer down the even ends, which is what she wants to do. So she'll be looking to force the 1 here.
Nice shot from Vicky Wright. It's top of the button. First shot of the 5th end. Shelburne asked for the out-turn corner guard. Drag the game away from the centre if they can. Get the play around the corner guards. Good shot from Sjoberg. She was struggling with her weight early on, but that's where the corner guard has to be up within 2 metres of the house. Vicky Wright, second stone, trying to cut the centre line. Doesn't want to be too short here because it's too easy for Sweden to come round them and tap them back. Got a good line of that, but it's a little bit short.
Yeah. It'd been nice to be a little bit tighter to the house there, but line was important as well. The sweepers could have swept that further in, but that would obviously dragged it that wee bit wider.
Fanny Sjoberg's second shot at the 5th end. We're going to have to go on this for line.
Yeah, this looks like it might overcurl on it. Yeah, lighter weight as well.
It's the weight that caused that. You know, if she had thrown T-high weight, she would have been okay for line, but it was just the weight was a little down, allowing it to curl more. Just struggled a little bit compared with this morning. She was playing 90% this morning, played really well, but hasn't quite managed to carry it on into the final.
So Hannah looking for another guard here, I think. In the hand that she's taken, it looks like she wants a guard just between that yellow and red stone there. And just put another one right on the centre line, but she's not going to get very close to the house with it, but with the other guards there, I suppose it doesn't matter if it's a little bit higher, because you're not going to be able to draw around. Or
I'd imagine you'll see Wranå opening us up now after the shot. She'll not want to get dragged into a race around the centre guard like this.
This looks like it could over curl as well. Yeah. She's closed the gap a little bit, but there's still a hole through there. So like you say, I think she's going to want to start ripping some flush.
She'll go for the double on the reds. Out turn, just right of centre. Take both the reds off and roll your shooter to the side.
She took the shot stone, but she didn't get rid of the guards.
I'm not convinced that's what she was going for, but she got the bonus of getting the one off the button.
Yeah, I think ripping the guards would have been. She would have preferred that, because it still leaves 4 stones out the front of the house, and they're all going to be the Hannah's advantage at the moment. Alice can pop one round here. Put the pressure on, and the sweepers are on it straight away.
It depends the way. It's a good line.
Yeah, I don't think it's for line that we're sweeping, but it's not bad now. Is that going to pull up on the tee line? No, I've overslept that a little bit.
Okay, this is decision time for Sweden. Are they opening up or are they coming round?
No, answer given. Looks like they're coming round. It's an aggressive call here.
She's got to start scoring some points, so James is 2 down with the hammer. Going to have to get some good draws in to get back into the game.
Oh, have they lost this one?
It's all weight dependent. If it starts to break early,
I think the sweepers love. They got it past. No, just clips the guard, not by much, but just enough. Force it wide.
Which is tighter line than Alice Spence. Alice Spence is always on a higher line than that.
So something similar here for Jennifer Dodds, if she can follow Alice's line in. Get one just top of the 4-foot there would be absolutely perfect.
Anywhere in behind lying second shot. 2 up in the scoreboard, lying 2 makes it difficult for the opponents.
Again, sweepers are on this one, and I think they get on it early to try and hold that curl and stop it curling too quick, but this one may be for weight as well.
Got a good line, got a really good line.
Yeah.
So come right down now at the end, a huge swing at the end which starts to lose the weight. Perfect shot.
That is a great shot. Couldn't have placed that better. Ran straight down with the brush, wants to get rid of that guard. Is she looking to drive this back, Dave, or just peel it off?
She's trying to play it straight back. Anywhere on the high side, she doubles the yellow and the red, which would help her a bit as well. So basically, don't be tight.
No, she shouted the sweepers on straight away, so could be close.
Close.
Oh, that's a great shot. That's really well played. I think she's got shot stone out of that as well.
Into the game now, 2 brilliant shots back to back. One draw by Jennifer Dodds was really good, and that was an excellent shot there as well.
So hardest shot in the book, same again.
Swedes are very good at the high hard one. They can play the big weight takeouts. It's a feature of a lot of the young Swedish teams just now. Nicholas Edin's team brilliant at that shot. Anna Hasselborg's good at that shot, and Team Wranå are good at the shot.
line's good. They like the weight.
Yep. Just slipping behind the tee line.
Yeah, just a little bit heavier than our last one, but not terrible there. She's shot out of it anyway.
She's going to go the same again, I think.
Yeah, she's looking to double out those reds at the back.
Doubling them out's not easy, but if she even gets a straight run back, she's good, James. Then lock on to lie 2.
A wee bit gallus with this one.
For any Arcadian listeners, that was for James. She's got this just about.
Oh well, she did really well there.
Just a hair unlucky, really. She could have caught another millimetre more of the top one and she would have been spot on. Sweden lie 1. Still plenty of cover out front for Hannah Fleming to get a good draw round behind. Hannah Fleming's first stone at this, the 5th end. Leads by 2. Looking for about a 14-7 split time hog to hog to get top of the 4 foot. It's a good line.
Yeah, weight's looking really good as well.
She was 14-7. It was a split time hog to hog, so it should be about tee high, which it is. Just a fraction out. We're going to give Wranå a wee chance to come and tap this, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to take the draw quite as much as the other stones have been in coming down that side, and I think that's just kept the weight on it there.
Just past the guard by about half a metre there, a little bit extra room getting past the guard made all the difference. I'm surprised. I thought Wranå would just try and play a back right weight here and just tap that red back 2 feet.
Yeah, there's plenty of room between them. I've been caught out down that line a couple of times though, and I think she's maybe just playing in her mind that she would prefer the run back or the draw.
It's a long run back, it's a long way between the guard and the target stone.
Yeah.
Even you come down and tap that back 2 feet and move out to the right hand side with your shooter, it's still not bad. There's no easy shot when you're 2 down. You're facing 1. It's a tight line.
Yeah, I think she's right on that guard again.
I think she was tight away that time. She had plenty of ice, but she didn't get out to the brush at all. It was always looking narrow. Hannah Fleming's last stone at the 5th end. This also doesn't look wide.
Sweeping it for line.
She's going to rub off the top stone and block her
She
own.
might just get past it. No, she got past it. She could rub off that yellow though.
She has, yep. Well, she's given Wranå the chance of a nose hit for 2 straight back. She's going to watch the top red doesn't lock on the red at the back of the 8 foot on the left. Isabella Wranå got a good chance here, James. Nose hit, just high of the nose. Give her 2 straight back.
Yeah, I think she would have preferred this kind of shot for her too than having to draw around or play a similar shot to her last one. Like you say, I think these are the sorts of shot that we're a bit more comfortable at.
They're dragging it back.
Oh, just got past that guard. Have they got rid of the red?
Don't think they have. I think it's a steal of 1.
I think that is a steal of 1, yep. So 1 to Hannah. I think they just flirted with that guard a bit too close there. I think they needed to hit that.
That's massive. That's a 3 shot turnaround. Instead of scoring 2, you lose 1. And in a 3 end game, you'd have to say that was a big moment in the match.
Yep, and I think Wranå knows it. I think she's up at the other end of the ice. She's not down in the conflab with her team. Not happy with that at all.
Not a daft move. Field skip.
Yeah, maybe don't want to hear what your team are saying about you right now.
She was just a little bit tight away. It was always on the line. They dragged it back a long way. They just couldn't get it back far enough. The Swedish girls all slide towards the stone and square them back at the end, but that was a big ask to drag that one back.
Yeah. Even at that weight it was played at.
So Hannah Fleming takes a 3 shot lead into the last 3 ends of the game. But as I said before, we're playing the 5 stone rule here in Perth, which will give the Swedes an opportunity. To claw their way back. Think right, playing a good shot. Centre line, top of the 4 foot's where you want to be.
Yep.
The City of Perth Ladies International is brought to you through the generous sponsorship of Perth and Kinross Council, Mercure Hotel, British Curling, Live Active Leisure, Perth Honda and Earnside Coaches, without whose support an event like this wouldn't be possible. Teams from as far afield as Japan, Sweden, Switzerland, Germany and UK taking part this weekend in the last Curling Champions Tour event of the year. Difference in the game so far has really been a big shot by Hannah Fleming to score 2 in the 4th end, and a mistake by Isabella Wranå in the 5th end have been the 2 crucial shots in the game.
And Wranå just calling up the second guard here. I think she's going all out. She needs to get all the guards up.
Well, she's going to use the 5 stone rule to her advantage now. And Fleming's team can't hit with the next one. It's the one after that before they can start hitting, so you get the opportunity of your 2 corner guards unless somebody makes a tick shot. just struggling to get the weight right on these corner guards. One's a little too tight, one's a little too long.
Just calling another one into the house here. Don't want anything sharp. This one looks like it's going to over curl.
Been a great season for Team Fleming, first year Scottish champions. Since Christmas time they've qualified, everything they've played in they've qualified. Beating Eve Muirhead 2-0 in the World Playoff. Gave them the opportunity to go to the Worlds in North Bay, Ontario last month. Or this month, sorry. Well, it was last month, it is now, James. We're
now into April.
Doesn't want to bounce off this, she wants to stay in the nose of it. Good weight, she didn't draw enough.
What does Hannah do here? Sitting to, she can start ripping guards. Just
She'll hit that yellow, I'm pretty sure, and then roll across and push one of the reds behind the corner, leave them lined up again.
I think she's looking at that.
3/4 stone yellow, move to the right, push the red out.
She's worried about the run back on her own red, taking out both shot stones in the house. And that's why she's debating, I think, at the moment with her team.
Wouldn't be too hard when there's 3 up and they'll pick their stone, your stones into your own stones. You know, it's red into red, that's never easy.
Yeah. Maybe overthinking this a bit too much. I think you're right, just getting rid of any yellow counter right now is the...
Well, you can nose hit it, or you hit 3/4 on the high side,
roll.
go across, push the red behind the corner.
Yeah, you've got options there, I think. Yeah, and that's what they're looking at now, I think. They're looking if they come off of it high and what happens if they nose it. Just going through all the options. All the possible outcomes.
So after a bit of debate, that's the shot they're going to play. Hit the yellow out on the high side, draw across, or nose hit, either or. Alice Spence, the second shot. At 6th end.
It's a nice weight here, a very controlled weight.
Sweden will make the double on this one now.
Well, looks like she was calling the freeze there. She's looking at the rolling behind.
She's got to open up. James, she's 3 down.
Yeah.
Got a lot of reds in the centre of the house. She's got to open this up now. She's going to get too complicated, get too tied up. One way I could play in that one that's just been played.
Yeah, like you say, she was looking at the double,
She'd
going
get
through
it
the options here as well.
Too thick, hit and check across. Or
Well, she's called for the hit and corner freeze, the hit and roll rather than the double, but she could well get the double out of it either way. But she's trying to keep some of those red stones hanging around and use them to her advantage. But like you say, it could be get too girdled up for her. She tries to get. No, she's going to catch this thin. I don't think she's going to get.
she's got a good angle, really good,
Good angle for the double.
Double. Climb up and behind like that.
Yeah,
Good shot.
should be happy with that.
bad angle. That yellow, it's going to be hit pretty thin to pass by that one. That's what Hannah's just saying. Watch for the jam on the back.
Would you corner freeze this? Would you like that on the corner left hand side? Draw in rather than hit that. She's looking at a guard here as well, potentially.
I wouldn't throw a guard. If you want to throw a draw, come right up against it.
Yeah.
Got to be careful with the guard now, because they start playing run backs, so get any way of accessing that red at all, they can hit that red and then roll behind the yellow on the left. I think you're better when you're 3-1 up, coming right and hard against the yellow one there, so next time you can drive it.
Yeah, I agree. I think because it would guard your shot stone as well, and it has that advantage of them not being able to hit it without taking their own yellow out. So
got lots of weight.
Yeah, it looks like this is coming right up anyway. I think. Yeah, she's looking at that as our
for safety of numbers, I think.
Yeah, as the next option. It looks like it's going to bounce off that yellow though. I don't think it's going to draw up to it.
It's going to draw enough, I think.
Yeah. So
yeah, well, there's a good chance here for Jenny Wallen to get inside the nose of the red, get a double and roll in behind. Barrier weight. Check inside it. Doesn't have to move the back red too far, just move it back 3 feet and she flies 2. Every shot's big for Sweden just now because they're 3 behind, but this is a particularly important shot. If she gets this right, she can put a bit of pressure on Scotland. She popped that a little bit.
yeah, it's
coming now though.
fair way to curl.
Don't know if it's going to come far enough.
No,
We're locking the red straight back on. Like that.
Yeah.
Half stone double for Scotland now.
That's exactly what Hannah's looking at.
Just came out and squared that back a bit, Jenny. It was the same as the previous end, the out turn. Quite an aggressive handle when she puts it on at the end. It's the old story, if you're going to do that, you've got to do it consistently, so you do it every time.
Fredaw's been asked for the upweight here. Get plenty behind this. Action off this shot stone right across for the double. And they're sweeping it hard. It's curling lots. I think
It's close.
it's going to
just
be.
rubbing.
Oh, I tell you, that couldn't have got any closer to that guard. She's kept the shooter hanging around. It just kind of grazed the yellow there, but Wranå looking.
Yeah, I think Sweden should play the out turn. Either play the tap or just play the draw right up and freeze on top of the red one there. Give
She looked
yourself
at
a
that.
good chance.
She looked at that initially, David, and I think she then was looking at the hit and roll behind that guard there, like she's indicating now.
You have to hold the shooter on this shot. That's the problem with this one, James. It's not easy to hold the shooter on this. You play a tap back and it's keeping the shooter in play. I think with the scoreboard the way it is, it'd be tempted to have played a draw in there, and just if you can draw enough, you chip the yellow back 10 centimetres from the line in front of it. This will draw big now once it hits that line.
They were on it, they were off it, so it's not going to be far away, I don't think.
Wants a bit of separation. That is a fantastic shot.
Yeah,
Absolute beauty.
nailed that one.
Yep. Really well played, Jenny, after the first one being a little bit wide. That was a perfect weight and perfect line. That's what we're talking about, you know, it's playing bumper barrier weight there, and it's still drawing 35-40 centimetres of that weight.
Mm-hmm.
So, a little tester for Fleming now. He's got to play the in turn, freeze or tap on this yellow. Also got to think a little bit smart here. She's 3 up in the game. Losing a 2 is no big deal. You're 1 up with the hammer playing 7. Losing any more than that, you've kind of given them a bit of a soft count.
Yeah, she's
the shot,
indicating.
because even if you rub the top yellow, you're going to roll your shooter in.
I think with that ice as well, she's probably looking at just a back ring weight. Maybe just a wee bit more.
Yep, back ring hack weight should come down nicely there. So first shot of the 6th end for Hannah Fleming. Leads by 4 shots to 1 after the first 5 ends. Trying to make this in-turn tap back.
Sweepers working this one hard. This needs to squeeze by. Has it got past?
Just
Oh, I tell you what, the sweepers did a great job there.
almost got the roll as well. Good
Yeah.
shot, very good shot.
Yeah, that was excellent. I think everybody breathing in on that one.
Including the stone to get past the guard. Still, small chance for Wranå here to hit and check inside, half a stone roll inside probably if she just gets the right weight. Only got to move it back 30 centimetres to lie 2 if she hits it on the nose. Checks inside.
It's quite a lot of ice for a running weight.
I think it needs it though, James. It swings a lot here at the end. Needs it for weight as well. She's going to be able to move it.
It's just sitting high. I don't think it's going to come right across. It was pretty much freeze weight there. I don't know if that was.
No, you're right. It was just needing a fraction less ice because it needed a little bit more weight to move the red back. It's left an open hit for Hannah Fleming.
Will she mind about losing the back red here, David, or is the key thing to get the roll to the right and in behind the guard?
Yeah, ideally she wants to roll in behind the guard if she can, but even a half roll in behind is good. Doesn't have to be, you know, even if you move half a stone to the right after contact, be good for her.
So this is Hannah with her last stone on the 6th end. Looking to just keep Isabella Wranå honest and make her work for her too, or indeed cut her right down to a 1 if she can.
Out turn down the centre.
Yeah, it's starting
Nice.
to move now. Yeah, the sweepers are on this.
It's a good line.
Yep, yep. Oh, was it slightly overswept? That's pretty good there.
Really nice shot.
Almost kept that 2 straight with the sweeping. They could have afforded a little bit more.
No, it's good, James. It's going to be difficult to move this out to get 2 now. Really difficult to get a 2 out of this. It's almost perfect the way it's landed up. To try and chip that red over the face of the back red, you've got to hit less than half a stone, and then you've got to try and hold your shooter as well. So that was an absolute perfect shot from Hannah Fleming.
Do they maybe even have to move that back red to get second shot? Is that back red out counting the front yellow there?
I think it possibly is, but it's the fact you've got to get the top red past that. You know, it's got to move out two
Yeah, and
two
then
and
hold
say
the
feet
shooter.
straight sideways.
looking at what weight to play, and I'm just thinking a gentle sort of back ring. It's not a lot of ice for a back ring weight.
I think she would think a little bit more than back ring perhaps. She's just got to hit half the stone and hold the shooter is the big challenge for her.
Oh, she's trying to hit this red on the left hand side here. That's definitely... She's got maybe a little bit more weight on this.
There we go.
Yeah. It's difficult to catch it just right. Oh, is it gone? Well, that's very good.
Shot.
That is a great shot. She gave that
The
every
degree of
chance
difficulty of that shot was quite high because you had to get it absolutely perfect. She had enough weight to move both the reds back and hit 3/4 of it and hold the shooter, so
yeah.
very, very good shot. And she pulls herself back into the game now. Hannah Fleming leads by 4 shots to 3 after 6 ends of play and holds the hammer, so she's in a good position. But with a 5 rock rule, Sweden are very much still in it. Both semi-finals this morning came down to the last stone at the last end, and who knows, the final could go the same way. Both teams now playing a lot of good shots. The last 3 ends in particular have seen some great curling. Sjoberg starts off end number 7, looking to get the in-turn centre guard back in place. Doesn't want to be in the rings. Nice shot. Vicky Wright trying to draw a tee high to the wing. Perfect. Wranå's going to have to take a few chances now. Trails by 1 without last stone. The right shot, another centre guard. Remember, it's a five rock rule, so Team Fleming can't hit till Alice Spence's first shot of the end. So we've seen some great curling from both teams, but in particular the Skip's last shots at the 4th, 5th and 6th end were outstanding. An angled raise from Hannah Fleming for her 2, and a nice barrier weight double takeout by Isabella Wranå for her 2. Vicky Wright trying to put out turn, take on the guards, open it up, give herself a couple of corners.
Wasn't a bad effort.
Not bad. She's rolled the shooter. Is it going to stay in or is it going to slide out the
that
back?
Could hang around in the house as well. Yeah.
Good result. Opened it up. 2 counters. Hoping to move next year's event, James, back to December. more of the prime time for the curling season. Trying to attract a few more international teams here.
Yeah, I think
ice has been brilliant. The stones are good. It's
yeah, we get great feedback from the teams, and they all like love coming here. But like you say, Dave, just it's a congested calendar, and this slot has kind of suited some, but not others. And I think, like you say, moving this back to the middle of the season, I think would attract a few more teams. So it'd be great if we can get that slot moved to December.
Good effort by Duval there. She was trying to hit and check in behind the yellows, didn't quite roll enough. Alice Spence just been asked to open up the centre of the house. If she can catch the one in the house, it's a bonus. Oh, great shot.
Brilliant.
Great shot.
Well, when it's going for you, it's going for you. That's great. Just like you say, an absolute bonus to take that one in the house. That would be the primary objective, was just to get rid of the guard, but
the bonus ball.
The bonus ball.
To Duval, trying to play an out-turn draw around here. Needs to curl, and we'll get the curl if he's got the legs to get too high.
The sweeper's working it hard. Just about tucked it in.
Got a bit of cover, but not enough, I don't think.
And already looking sort of hack weight.
Looking to hold the shooter here. If she can lie two, it will force the hand of Wranå to go after the wingers and give them a chance. If they don't hit the lie, to take the centre guard off and blank the end, which is what they would ultimately like to do. Alice Spence is second at the penultimate end. Jen Dodd's working hard to keep it straight. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, looks like it's squeaked past the guard here. This could roll lovely over to that other red.
So
frozen right on top.
Yeah. Two great shots from Alice Spence. Slash double followed by the hit and roll on top. Jenny Wallen trying a tough shot, trying to make a perfect freeze to the wingers. Just wants to bring the Yellowstone right up on top of the two reds.
And this looks like it's a tight line. I don't know if the sweepers are going to be able to hold this to sit on the reds. I think it's going to swing past them.
Depends on the weight. If she's got the weight, they could just about hold it, but I think it's just going to draw too far.
Yeah, she just got on the other side there. It's probably sitting second shot.
Not quite what she was after though, James. It's tough to move both the reds.
Yeah.
You had a lot of weight, hit that yellow in the right hand half. Nearly perfect. She had good weight, it was just the line, just a little tight all the way down. As soon as you're sweeping for line in the first half of the ice, it's hard to hold them. Once they start to break, they're away. Paul Martin, his ice crew, did another great job preparing the perfect surface to play on. And because of that, we've seen some great curling all weekend. It's no surprise that the best two teams on the weekend make the final when the conditions are good. It allows them to express their skills, their talents. If the ice is tricky or difficult or not running well, it's a bit like playing golf in a ploughed field. Anybody could putt against Rory McIlroy in a ploughed field, James.
Yeah.
But trying to putt against him at Augusta or St Andrews wouldn't be easy.
And do you think with this much curl on the ice, the way they've prepared it, is that lend itself more to a drawing game because it's you get more of a swing and you can get round all the guards and they're all more possible and the little sort of tap ways rather than a lot of hitting?
Yeah, 100% right. So the top teams are more happy to be aggressive and take on the big shots if the ice conditions are like that. As soon as you go down to average or poor conditions, they become more negative by nature because the risk and reward isn't there. Good call from Hannah Fleming, taking the option of the guard away, putting the onus back on Sweden now. She's got control of the game. Hannah's one up, she's got the hammer. Lies shot. Not giving her much more ice than the first time round, so perhaps she was a little tight for line on the release because it wasn't never on the high side all the way down, it was always on the tight side.
Yeah. Doesn't look like an awful lot of ice either for the way this is swinging, because she was after she indicated a T weight there and she wants to just bump off that yellow and roll over on top of the red.
This is lighter, I think, James.
Yeah.
Have to work really hard this time.
Yeah, you can see that's pulling already and it's already off the line.
It's way light for weight as well.
And so they've just left it. They thought they'll just put a guard up, but it's never going to get there.
No. Hannah's got a couple of options. Either splits the house to go to the edge of the 4 foot the other side, or she peels the guard off and takes control that way. Jennifer Dodds' last stone. This is the 7th end. To clear the corner guard off. Tight for line.
Nosed
Oh
it.
my goodness.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't what she was after. This is going to give Sweden a chance to play an in-turn freeze on their own yellow one.
Behind cover as well.
Yeah, she was disappointed with that shot, Jennifer. She's played very well all game, played some great shots. That's a wee lapse of concentration there and giving Sweden a chance to force the one.
And interestingly, again, they've taken the same ice. Both those stones that they played over curled on them, and they haven't moved that brush out yet.
The second one, James, particularly, was really light of weight, remember? It was only halfway between the hog and house, so if there's a positive weight, that's the big difference here. You've got to throw the weight for the ice you're taking. You can't throw the in-between weight and hope to sweep it there.
Well, she's not tight on that one anyway.
Line's okay, it's all about the weight. If they can get it there. Looks not bad, it's got plenty of room this time.
Yeah. Well, is she heavy? Bounce off this?
Bounce off this, but
yeah.
She's lying second, lying 1 and 2 now.
Hannah's the second. Hannah get
Possibly, maybe not, maybe she's only lying 1. Just overcooked that a little bit. Hannah got a wee chance to tap this yellow back and get into the pocket between the red and the yellow would be a good shot. 3 stones to come. Fleming has 2. Wranå has 1. Playing the 7th end of the City of Perth Ladies International for 2018. We're going to get a new winner of the event this year. Neither of these teams have been in the final before. Hannah Fleming playing the in-turn tap.
Watch this one.
Super's on it straight away.
No,
That's picked up, I think.
yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
That's horrid.
It's a brutal result, but where's the red going?
Well, if you can even tick the
doesn't
guards, you
touch
couldn't
it.
get anything out of that.
The minute she let that stone go, it grabbed something on the ice and pulled straight across.
Yeah.
If it was a bug on the ice, it's dead now anyway, James. She didn't miss
Certainly.
it.
She did not.
It's done its last trick for the day. No, that was a cruel blow. However, she's got last stone. Even if she's forced to draw to take her one here, she leads by 2 coming home that way. There's an opportunity here for Team Wranå. If they go top of the 8 foot, just about where her left foot is now, then it would be a pretty good shot and it would force Hannah to draw around. I'm not sure I want to go into the corner. If you put one top of the 4 foot there so she can't hit it for her first shot and she's got to draw around it, it's the ideal place.
Yeah.
You know, if Wranå can get to the centre line or just right of the centre line, fully into the white, it then means that Fleming can't hit it and lie short. She would have to draw right round the outside of it, which is not a difficult shot.
Yeah, they're
normally,
talking about guarding their outside stone here, and I think that the problem with that is that if they go that little bit too deep, it could leave a double, and Hannah could still take her 2 here.
Yeah, no, I think the centre line's the place to go. Right where the girls are tapping the brush just now, across there makes it too easy. It's an open draw to the 4 foot. If you put it middle of the 8 foot,
And if it does go that wee bit deeper, it could even, allow them to take her 2. I think that's what they're going for in the end.
yeah, they're going to go draw at the corner. I think this is a bit negative. I think you could, if you put the last stone right in the centre line, almost biting the 4 foot, so she can't hit the back one and get shot, and she can't hit the front one and get shot, you're forcing Fleming to draw the 4 foot round
the outside.
Yeah, and that's tough. You've got to come round something that's biting the 4 foot. It's difficult. Pretty sure Hannah Fleming will be quite happy with this call.
So they're looking for a shot just at the fully 12. Don't want to go too deep with this.
It's going to swing too much.
Yeah, and it looks like it's over curling already. Sweepers are off it to try and let it die, but it's curling. Still curling. And that swung right off that stone. Hannah will be able to see a good bit of that shot stone from the hack.
Just the wrong shot, James. Completely wrong shot. You put that in the centre line, middle of the 8 foot, bite the 4 foot. Hannah's got a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Right now she's got a tap back for 1, possibly 2.
Yeah, I think it is sitting. She's sitting second shot.
Yeah.
So I think if she can get this and just roll inside, she doesn't have to even hit it on the nose. She should sit 2. So we're looking for a back ring weight here. Similar sort of ice to what Isabella Wranå just threw, but they're obviously putting a bit more weight on it, so it'll stay that bit straighter.
Last shot in the 7th end. Hannah Fleming trying the in-turn tap for what we think could well be a 2.
Oh, Hannah's erred on the side of caution. That's not tight anyway.
Yeah, I got a pretty good line. This will come big
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah, need to get on it now. Oh,
Perfect line.
looking good. That's looking really good. Needs to catch enough of it to push it out. She might have pushed herself out a second shot though.
Just rubbed that red by a
Just
fraction on the way past.
I don't know, the Swedish kicked their stone away pretty quickly there. I couldn't see whether they had conceded the 2 or whether it was just a 1. Either way, Hannah's either 2 up going down the last or 3 up. So it would rather be her in Team Sweden right now. And it was a 2.
Oh.
So 3 up down the last. It's a great position to be in for Hannah, and that would be a great way to round off her season if she can see this end out.
Think you're right, looking for another out-turn draw, top 4 foot. And a really good game, Vicky. She's a good weight control.
Yeah, she's hit that top 4 foot spot in the last 3 or 4 ends now. Got her eye in. So they'll have to take full advantage of this 5 rock rule now and get as many guards in play as they can.
Yeah, they'll certainly be delighted it's 5 rock rule now, that's for certain. That's a good guard, it's the right place. Team Fleming trying to play the same shot again, come down and freeze the first shot, make it difficult for Sweden to.
So this one might be over curling a little bit, but that's fine. It's the right sort of place.
Fanny Schuberg, he has to throw it out, turn corner guard this time, she wants exactly the same place, other side of the line as her first one. And the important thing here is to get them level, so that this makes a double takeout very difficult for Team Fleming. You have to sweep this one really hard, looks a little bit
she was
shorter of weight.
They might get it to get closer, but that's what she did on the last time coming down this way. Put one just around about the Curling Champions Tour logo, and then the other one was a really good tight guard, so similar again. She would have liked it a little bit deeper there, I think.
Curling Champions Tour is now the unified body for all the top class curling events throughout the world. Armin Harder and Jerry Gertz did a great job at organising the tour. I think it's even better, James, we can move to the first week of December.
Yeah, no, it definitely would be a lot more appealing to a lot of the teams.
Not bad. I was going to start moving these.
And make use of them as catchers for any takeouts or hits that Hannah's got planned, which I'm sure she has in the next few shots.
Got to go with the weight.
Yeah, I think they just needed a wee bit more on that.
Fleming going to come out now and take all the cover away that she can possibly get away. Alice Spence had a couple of great shots the last end. Can she repeat it this time? And
A chance for a double ripple
clearing.
guards here as well.
Perfect.
Oh, if I can get that through the house.
Still a good
Got
shot.
rid of the guards, but yeah,
Still a good shot.
it's yellow at the house, but yeah, that's good.
Opens the game up now, and eventually in a few shots' time it will be able to move some of the yellows, but he's looking for Duval wants to put a good freeze into the pocket here between the two reds.
Again, I don't think they're taking enough ice.
They're saving a lot for line the last few ends, but it's looking pretty good this one. They don't want to bump it, they want to just sit right between the two reds here. Got to
Look
get
at
it
that
there.
pull, it's like it gripped something there.
That picked up definitely. There was
Yeah.
no way that was going like that.
Maybe getting some flat spots now, it's on the 8th end.
You
And
just got to keep them clean though. Nobody had their brushes on the ice. It was a bit of poor management there. I think for £5,000 I'll be making a better effort, James.
what shot do you like here, David? We're talking about either hitting that wide one or potentially making a play on that top yellow. And the yellow at the top of the house, which you can't maybe see from the camera angle there.
The theory here is, James, make the easiest shot you can and give them the hardest shot. So the easiest shot for us is to hit the winger out here. And what they've got a lot of tough shots up front there. So I'd be inclined to hit the winger here and just bail out. Just rip it. You're 3 up.
Yeah, see, they're talking about keeping it hanging around, but like you say, they just need to rip that yellow. They don't even need to stay around with their shooter.
The only thing you can do to help the Swedes is leave shots in play.
Yep.
Peel the winger off here and just roll out. You can't. You're running the scoreboard now. Just defend your way in if you want.
Yep.
And even so, you look at the situation after they play this. So we rip this one off, and what are Sweden left with? They're left with a tap freeze into the pocket. Hardest shot in the book. Freeze is tough, but a tap freeze is even harder.
Yep.
And just start and pick them off one at a time. The next time you go for the top yellow, thing it across the face. They've got to go again, and eventually you're going to be left with an open yellow somewhere. You definitely don't want to hit and roll inside. You want to hit and peel out. The last thing you want to do is roll behind. If you hit and roll this and behind the button, it'll look good in theory, but long term will come back to hurt you. Jennifer Dodd's first stone at the 8th end.
They won't mind rolling too far here. They wanted to try and keep this, but actually that's probably better for them. I think right at the back here, rather than back of the forefoot.
It's better out, but they were trying to roll in behind there. This is giving Sweden a wee chance here to run into the pocket and lie in front of it.
Yeah.
And you're left with a bang run back to lie your 3 then.
See, they're only looking for T-weight here, and that doesn't look like an awful lot of ice for T-weight. They won't be looking for an awful big hit here.
Just got to try and hit this on the high side to put it into the pocket.
They were indicating that the weight was up there, and it's a lot heavier.
It's okay though, she can roll the shooter off this, just put it into the pocket and roll it off. Too hard.
Yeah. It's just too much weight there. I think, like you say, the tap freeze is what they were after. And
Jennifer got the same shot again. This time we wouldn't want to be lying in the house. You want to try and get out there as quick as you can. Hit it out turn on the high side. Fleming leads 6 shots to 3. Doesn't have the hammer. Playing the last end.
Sweeper's right off this one.
Of regulation time.
That's okay.
got the same shot again. She can tap that yellow in the middle of the 8 foot onto the red at the edge of the 4 foot and flop over on top of the one on top of the 4 foot side. Out, turn, tap, freeze.
She's looking at just drawing up to that one on the outside, the right hand side here. Trying to get shot off that red one, just roll off it and into the 4 foot and sit behind all that cover.
Jenny Wallen's second shot. Trying the in-turn tap. That is not wide.
I think she's more likely to tap her yellow, red to yellow here at the top of the house.
She might even split it inside and put the yellow back out the way and roll the shooter across a bit.
Yeah, they've struggled with the line on this ice in this game.
Just made a few different
Wranå.
calls there. She was playing the out turn, tap, freeze, flop on top. You know, that one there.
So Hannah just trying to get rid of one or more of the yellows here.
Yeah, she's not worried about the yellow on the top of the 8 foot. She's trying to hit this one top 12 and go across. She could push the other yellow back out of the house, but they're not really going to trouble her now.
And there's only 2 more yellow stones to come, so at some point they're going to start running out of options and trying to score. There are 3 here.
Fleming's first stone at the 8th end in the final of the City of Perth Ladies International for 2018. Playing the out turn take out. Got a good line coming down.
I think she's improved the angles as well on that.
Sweden can play an out turn strike weight on this red that she's looking at, in the left hand side of centre, come across and try and squeeze the yellow across and push the other red out as well. Can move a lot of reds here, leave a couple of yellows, but I think the left, no matter what happens, Hannah will have an open hit to win the game. Third player, Almeida de Val is left with the job of calling the instructions, and as an engineering student from Stockholm, she'll be well qualified to get the angles right here.
No need for the slide rule though. I think she's
she needs to hit about a quarter of this red stone, James, at full strike weight, drive it back another red, take a double and try and move the top yellow across.
She's got just a little bit too much of that.
Mile wide.
What does Hannah do here? There's 2 yellow stones still in there, so there's still possibility of a 3. The question is there any way that all 3 reds can go? Doesn't look like it right now.
If you just fire this, hit that yellow in the nose, it shoots out sideways, you stay there, you win the game. Leave them lying 1 yellow in the middle, they need 3 for the extra end. Got a bit of room for error here, she can be anywhere. Either side of the reds, either guard the reds, guard the yellows. It makes it tough for them to do anything, even if there's no stones played there.
Yeah.
You see how you can get a 3 out of this very easily.
Yeah, she's talking about, and the ice that she's taken, she's talking about drawing just right on top of that red at the top of the house there, and just putting another stone in play and out counting that top one on the top right there. And then, as you say, how do you get rid of all the reds? That one's on the 4 foot, right, biting the button. It's pretty well protected. I don't think there's any way you can get rid of that, especially if you stick another one on top here.
So Hannah Fleming's last shot here at the 8th end. We'll play a draw up to the top of the 12 foot. Not sure that Wranå's got any angles on anyway the way it sits just now, so she just want to make sure that she takes any risk away from the game.
This looks pretty good.
Yep.
It's not bad there. So what she's looking at, really skinning off her own outside yellow here and hope for the best. I don't think there's any way that she's lifting that stone next to the button on the right hand side. Not sure there's an angle here.
No, nothing really at all, I don't think.
I think they're looking quite hopefully at some of these angles. I'm not sure that they're there.
The problem came earlier in the end. A couple of indifferent tactical calls in the last 2 ends have cost her dearly, I think. Team Fleming played very, very well, made few mistakes. Seen 3 excellent games here today, 2 good semi-finals, came down to the last shot. Isabella Wranå hoping for miracles here. Certainly have plenty of weight in it, and weight it does have. Doesn't quite make it, and Team Fleming are the winners of the 2018 City of Perth International Championship, and well-deserved winners. Played exceptionally well all week, unbeaten through the tournament. And well done to Team Wranå, who also played very well. Didn't quite have their A game this afternoon, but they've had a superb week, winning all but the last game. Story of the last 2 events for them, the same in the World Juniors. But excellent game of curling, and well done to Hannah Fleming, Jennifer Dodds, Alice, and to Vicky Wright, Alice Spence and Vicky Wright, for a really good week's curling. Congratulations to them and their coach Nancy Smith. From all of us here in Perth, we hope you've enjoyed this afternoon's game, and that's it for 2018.
Thank you.
An accountant from SWE in Northern Ontario.